Hello, and welcome to Fusion Writing, where building character meets creating structure. This is our Zettelkasten week, and besides being a Zettelkasten week, for me, it's the first week that I can hug my book while on the broadcast because I got my copy of Victoria's book. So let's see what Victoria is going to tell us about the Zettelkasten week for our Zettelkasten week for fiction writers. Victoria?
Okay, so as you know, what we've been talking about are different ways of incorporating research into what you're working on in your fiction projects. Whether you're working on long form narrative like a novel, maybe you're working on short stories, maybe you're interested in writing a narrative poem. And by the way, whatever happened to William, our narrative poem writer? I know we'll get him back, we just have to find him. So here's the thing. When you're looking at the environment for your Zettelkasten, you really don't have to predetermine everything that you're going to do. Trust me when I say, and I say this a lot in the Beast book, I tell you, let the system develop itself. What I mean by that is, you're not going to sit down and draft out 400 different categories for things that you might want to do research on, and then turn all 400 of those into pre-numbered note cards and line them all up in your note box. Trust me, I tried that. It didn't work. So instead, I want you to begin with the things that you know about your story. Maybe you know, for example, that your main character is a cattle rancher. That's something you're going to have to look into if you don't know a lot about cattle ranchers. Maybe you know that he was formerly a botanist. That's something you're going to have to look into. And maybe you know that you have another character who works in a museum as an archivist. What if you've never been in a museum with an archivist? That's something you're going to have to look into. So those would be 3 categories of research that you know you need to do in order to fill out those character stories. Well, that's all you need. You don't need to come up with 500 other things that you think you might want to do later. Keep it to the things you're actually working on. That's my key tip for this episode. Don't overwhelm yourself with all of the possibilities in your story. I'm looking at you, Shelley. We're talking about overbuilding world building here. You don't need 10,000 categories. You only need to zero in on the big things, the things that you know, I have to know this about my character or about my world in order to be able to write it effectively. So that is my big tip for the week. Don't go overboard. Be conservative and hold back. Really lean in and go deep into the categories that you know you need, because what's going to happen is when you do those deep dives into the research and then you start turning that into writing, which we'll talk about next time, you're naturally going to start building out your list of the next things that you need to know. Now, I'll give you one final nudge. If you are a newsletter subscriber, you likely have downloaded or plan to download my 60 for Success planner. That's a writer's planning guide. In that planner, there are some pages that give you research tasks. Even if you don't have my planner, dedicate a place maybe in your index book if you're indexing in a book, or even on some note cards that you tuck into the front of your note box. Those are the things that you know you need to research later. Sit down, do your writing, don't get sidetracked, jot down on a note card things you're thinking, plot bunnies, ideas, but keep your focus on your writing, keep your focus on your deep research, and make those research tasks notes for later. That way, when you say, okay, I've got 20 minutes, I'm going to pick something off of this list, and I know I can knock that thing out, look it up, and grab those details so I can write from them. Now, this is something that Kathleen has showed us in her own writer's planner, where she listed out the short categories and things that she might need to know. Then when you've got a few minutes, you just grab one of those, do your research, fill in those details, and the important thing is you can get back to the writing. So keep your research focused and tight. Don't get distracted by all the other ideas that come up. Just jot those on a list for later. Use your writing time only for writing. And then in the end, keep that long list on hand so when you've got a little work block, you can grab the things that you want to look at next. Those are my tips for research-driven writing and how to get them into your box in a manageable way so you're not overwhelmed. Kathleen?
Okay, thank you so much, Victoria. Well, I'm not very far in Victoria's book because I'm doing it. I'm doing every single step. And one of the things that Victoria mentioned was my categories list, because quite early on, in fact, page 16 of this book, it suggests that you jot down the areas that you want to create in your box for research that you know you're going to need for your characters. So I did just that. But I did something else. Victoria mentioned 60 for success. Well, here's 60 for success. I took the cover, the front cover from her book, and it's in there. I printed it on photographic paper and laminated it and punched disc binders in it. And I even have a back cover for it too. It makes a wonderful place. And I have all of my stuff in one place this way. I even have room in it for my index. And I have the same, I'm using a notebook style index the way Victoria is too. And as Victoria mentioned, I did that list of topics that I'm going to have to research for the book that I'm writing. So I am totally loving her planning system. But there are some issues because if you've taken my 35-week course, Reawaken the Dream of Writing, totally free right here on YouTube, then you saw a system that I presented for how to do a Zettelkasten for fiction. If you signed up for the PDFs, you also have a written version of that. And if you did sign up for that, then you got my introductory 5-part letter that I wrote to you all through the preceding week before you got it. And you'll know that what I said in that letter was that I'm trying to help my niece be able to resume her writing when she doesn't have the time for it. And I'm sure that a Zettelkasten would actually be helpful. Let me see. What if I came up with some ideas that might help her? And I listed out a plan, and then I shared it with you in that course. Well, as you can imagine, a list of, oh, gee, this might help, as compared to what a real novelist really used to really create a work of fiction, the surprising thing will be how well they actually fit together. Because of course, Victoria is the standard, but it's surprisingly well how they fit together. And here's what I'm suggesting for my people who have gone through and have built out the cards for all of the character traits through all 35 weeks. And now you've got a section in your Zettelkasten. What are you going to do? Because it doesn't match this and you love this as much as I love it and you really want to employ it. What are you going to do? Well, I have a simple answer for you. Here's my tiny little new section of the Zettelkasten based on Victoria's book. And like I said, I'm only on about page 56, so it's proud to be little. But here we are, 4,000s. That's where I told you to put all of your writing. 4,000s is formal sciences. Can you name any formal sciences? I couldn't. I could go out to Wikipedia and I could look something up in formal sciences and say, oh, so that's what formal sciences is. I didn't have any of my topics that I listed. Nothing came under formal sciences. So guess what? This card is going to be formal sciences and writing planning. So what am I going to do with those 4,000s? I'm going to leave 4000. That whole number range will be anything that I really need in formal sciences. I can squeeze it in there. I'm sure I can. And 42, 43, and on are going to be my ideas for writing, because this will be, for me, I have the cards already. I haven't put them in here yet, but that will be my pool of ideas. And then when I'm ready to actually start working on an idea and fleshing it out and really, really creating my novel, why, guess what? Then it's going to go into the 7,000s following Victoria's numbering system. Nothing wasted, nothing thrown away. The details are going to go in 7,000 because, of course, she has fleshed it out far, far more completely than the rough ideas that I had. But what I have in mind is the ability to have multiple projects. So if your mind gets carried away when you're doing one and you think of 3 others, well, you can put them in the 4,000s following that method, and I'll post it over in LiLLiPub so you can get a PDF. You can get a PDF of those areas if you want to follow that, or you could put it in some other place, like 6,000, I believe, is where Victoria puts hers. I haven't gotten to that section yet, but that's where she puts her ideas. So if you don't already have any cards in the 4,000s, go ahead and follow Victoria's. But if you're coming over from Reawaken the Dream, don't feel like you have to renumber anything, but you're going to want to flesh it out. And I think 7,000 will be a great place to put the work that you're doing right now. The other area is from the 5,000s. Now, if you are doing the character traits and you followed all the character traits along from Reawaken the Dream of Writing, you know that the 5,000s all come into that area is where I've stored all of the cards and had you make the cards. Well, 5,000s in Victoria's is applied sciences. So guess what? That's just going to be applied sciences and the character traits. Guess what? The character traits only go up to the 5200s. You've got 5300 and on, plenty of space for any applied sciences that you need in your research. So again, if you've already built those cards, don't throw them away. They can go in here. And as a matter of fact, if you think of practical clinical psychology as being an applied science, well, guess what? They actually even belong here. So no problem. This one is just a complete dovetail. You're all set. And again, I'll put in over in LiLLiPub, I will post a PDF that will give you all the 5,000 numbers throughout the 35-week course. Now, if you take a trial issue of my newsletter, besides getting the 1 month free of membership in LiLLiPub, what you also get are links to all 35 PDFs. The only other way to get those 35 is 1 week at a time. They come to you every Monday for 2/3 of a year, and you can collect them all. Or you can take a trial issue of my newsletter, have a chance to see what it looks like, have a chance to see what it means to really dive into a character trait like responsibility, and find out what you can learn about it in 24 pages. Then you can see what my newsletter gives. You will, of course, want Victoria's. So you'll be able to see how phenomenally our work dovetails and how complete a system that you will have when you have both. Now, the way I've been describing it to Victoria, I've came up with an analogy. My stuff has been out there for 2 years, and it's kind of been a little interesting thing because it's kind of like, if I wanted to use an analogy of a bicycle, mine is like a 10-speed gear shift. It's pretty hard to sell 10-speed gear shifts when there aren't any bicycles on the market. Victoria's book is the bicycle. So you certainly want this instrument. This is no question. And when you're ready to gear up your characters to be spectacularly believable and utterly dynamic, then you want the 10-speed gear shift, and you'll want my work too. So be sure to come along to LiLLiPub. Be sure to visit victoriacrowder.com, kathleenspracklen.com, and find your place in our ecosystem, because we are here to make you a great writer. We are not here to make you a mediocre writer or a pretty good writer or a pretty darn decent writer. Our mission is to make you a great writer. And all you need to bring is your paper, your pen, and your willingness to learn, because we can do it. If you supply the effort, we're going to be in your camp. You're just not going to find anything like this anywhere else. Victoria, what would you like to add?
I tell you what, this is definitely one of the most exciting weeks ever. So exciting that I got sick and almost lost my voice. So for once, I'm not going to talk much, but I am going to say, if people wanted to find us, where might they go?
They'll come to LiLLiPub.org. This is where we hang out when we're not in YouTube land. And oh boy, is it exciting over there right now. It is a buzz. So come on over to LiLLiPub.org, and we'll get you squared away and help you find your spot, your role, and where you best fit in the world of writing and imagination and getting your book out of your head and onto the paper. So we'll see you over there. Bye-bye.